Today, we are talking to someone who has seen both sides of the coin, the gold plated path of a private joint degree and the grit required to bring your spouse over through the grueling visa process. Welcome to Parathas and Schnitzel. Hello, Atam. Welcome to Parathas and Schnitzel.
Hello, Arshid. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
Why did you decide to join the dual degree program? When and where have you studied in India and Germany? And did the possibility to come to Germany really excite you at that time?
Yeah, so starting from the beginning, when I was looking over through some master's program, actually, I initially decided to go to Canada. My initial plan was to travel to Canada for my
Okay,
master's studies, but then I stumbled upon this. There was this joint dual degree international program course
okay,
given by FOM Hochschule, which
okay,
is headquartered in Essen here,
okay,
and they gave us like a combination of studying in India as well as in Germany. So it was a master's of science degree in big data and business analytics, which was like really what something I wanted to do after my bachelor's, and so I thought I should try and find out what it is actually, and then I got to know some details, and I found out that the initial start of the course of the program is going to start in Bangalore in India, and I had to do 2 semesters there and 2 semesters in Germany. So that was like that kind of caught my eye, that kind of caught my attention, and it really kind of excited me to start somewhere, to start with something which I wanted to go for, which I was interested in. So then I looked into it bit more deeper. I kind of went to Bangalore to find out what the course is, how the university is. Initially, I thought that the university was based in Düsseldorf,
okay.
but then gradually I found out that it was in Essen. But it didn't stop me from coming to Germany. But yeah, the whole course starting in Bangalore was also fun. Two earlier semesters they taught us like all the different subjects, the EC2, the ECTS credits to gather to acquire for your further semesters, and I think it was really challenging at the beginning, but it was kind of fun as well as like interesting to learn about new things, new like in the curriculum, and they also taught us German on the side, but it was
Back in India?
back in India, yes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we also had some German like the language classes as well to help us like get some basic understanding of how the language is and everything. So it was really nice, and then there was a struggle in the beginning when we were supposed to travel for our semester in Germany in Essen. The visas were kind of blocked. We were not getting our visas. Our student visas were kind of like getting really slow back in Bangalore.
Okay,
So the VFS, the VFS agency, they kind of like really were trying to push on us on getting more things, more requirements and stuff like that. But the college there, the institute there, they kind of like really pushed towards to make sure that we kind of make it on time. Our visas arrive on time, and then we can travel as soon as possible. And due to that, all my classmates, students everywhere, they were getting really frustrated because of that, because people were thinking that it was a scam, kind of a
oh,
scam
okay,
thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they took our money, they took everything, they gave
Yeah,
us like
yeah.
all these false
That
promises.
has happened a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were going on that road. We were just like thinking this was a really not going to work out. Then we involved our parents. Everyone was like really kind of angry and nervous and anxious. But then
Of course.
we found out that yeah, the visa was slow because there was a huge backlog
Okay,
on the
yeah.
VFS side of things, and I think even in Germany there was like a huge there was a lot going on back in the day
Okay.
in 2019. So then in October our visas arrived. No, sorry, end of September our visas arrived, and we were supposed to travel in next 15 days as
Yeah,
soon as our
because the
visa.
winter semester starts in
Yes, the winter
mid-October.
semester
Yeah.
starts mid October. So it was supposed to start in August, but our visas
Okay.
got delayed 2 months
Oh, wow.
because of that.
Okay.
So then we were to travel. I think sorry, I made a mistake. We got our visas in early October, and we traveled to Germany end of October. So we started like we flew from Bangalore. I think
So
that
it was a group of students all together.
all of us,
Okay,
the
okay.
whole class.
Okay.
There were 50 students
Okay,
who traveled
shit.
all together
Yeah, yeah.
from Bangalore, and we flew via Dubai.
Okay.
Actually. So it was a nice. The flight was nice and everything. We started from Bangalore on 31st of October, which was like Halloween, and the next day we arrived in the morning. 1st of November was in Dusseldorf,
Okay.
and it was chill cold. Like I never expected to be in a place where it was this cold. I heard about things. I heard there's cold in the Western countries and everything, but I've never felt it. So this was my first time. It was like really shivering, but yeah, everything went like okay. Everything was going well, and then we thought that's where I got to know that we were going to Essen.
Okay.
We were not going to go to Düsseldorf
Okay.
campus.
Okay.
So then they brought us in the bus, and then they brought us here in Essen. We were then assigned some apartments, like all student apartments. So there was like
Also in the campus.
also not on the campus. It was like spread around
Okay.
around the city, around the campus actually.
Okay.
So in Essen, when we came, we were brought to our apartments. Few of us stayed in one apartment. I think they had a list already prepared back in India. So there were like 10 people in one apartment, 7 to 8 people in another apartment. So there were
Okay.
like 6, 7 apartments,
Okay.
and we were kind of distributed that
Okay.
way based on the size of the apartment and stuff. So yeah, that was the first day, 1st November, and then also we realized that yesterday it was Halloween. So we saw some decorations, we saw some
Okay.
people
Yeah,
in
yeah.
costumes as well the same morning. So that was also kind of like a really new something that we saw. So it was nice. And then yeah, it kind of brought us like there was a lot of new feeling, new nervousness.
Yeah,
I
of course,
couldn't
of
I
course.
couldn't make anything out of it. I was just like going with the flow, whatever
Yeah,
was
yeah,
going on,
yeah.
what was happening. So I was just like, yeah, I just didn't thought out things through. But then yeah, we started living there. I was really kind of feeling homesick from the second day onwards.
Yeah.
First day was still a bit okayish because there was a lot
A
to
lot
do.
of things, exactly.
Yeah. So first day we were told that you can go and explore the city, the part of the town. And then the first day itself, we kind of noticed there was a donor shop just close to our apartment, and that's where we were looking for, like we were thinking about what we should have for dinner,
Okay.
me and my friends. So then we first spotted this donor shop, and then we went in there. There was a entirely new restaurant kind of setup that we saw for the first time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was again, we went through the menu, saw what things are available. We couldn't read at the time. We were
Yeah.
like, even though we learned German, but we were not really learning German
Yeah.
back in India. So then we kind of made sure that we are eating something not weird, not
Okay,
anything
yeah,
wrong. So we got a shawarma, yeah, and then we slept through the night, and the next day, the whole homesickness that began. The cold winter, a new city, new everything. It was really kind of challenging for me, but I was excited. I was looking forward to the university, and then I think the next day, or was it? Yeah, I think the next day there was a orientation, our induction day, where we were brought into the university campus, and then we were asked to like gather in a room. There was a whole huge auditorium in the university. So they brought us there. They kind of welcomed us with everything, and then the whole journey started
Okay,
with our
okay.
university, our program, our last 2 semesters, which were supposed to be done
Okay.
here, and then yeah, that's where it took off.
That seemed like a very interesting story, like any other student story. But
Yeah.
it's a good story.
Yeah.
So while you were studying here, as a student, did you always think that you would stay here and look for a job in Germany? And also, did you think whether this degree would hold some weight in the German job market?
Yeah, that was my initial plan already when I was thinking of moving abroad, even if it were Canada, if it was Germany for me.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I was like, yeah, I was working towards that, like
Okay.
getting my degree finished, maybe get some working student jobs or something. Meanwhile, I was still studying, and I wanted to stay here to get a job here because
Okay.
I know that if I'm capable of something, if I do a good in my studies, and if I'm good with something outside of studies as well, if I get some experience, I would want to stay here and do a good job, be in a good job.
Okay.
So that was my plan already, because I know I wanted to do something. Back in India, it was hard. It was really that was the biggest struggle I've seen. That after you pass out from your college, from your bachelor's or even master's, it's like it's not easy to get a job in
Yes,
India
yes,
because of the competition back there.
yes, yes.
But in Germany, I thought that there would be competition, maybe due to language, maybe due to like a lot of more suitable candidates, disease and everything. But I thought I would try my best to get to fight for a job, to apply wherever I can, wherever my expertise, my skills are applied. And I think it was like really my plan altogether. And then I thought that yeah, while I'm still studying, I should maybe go and get a part-time job or something,
Okay.
because that would help me at least do something for myself, and then I don't have to depend on my parents, because they already uh, did a lot to get me to Germany with this private university, and there was a lot to pay, a lot lot to bring. So I thought, yeah, that would be my idea, how I can maybe like start something small, something more independent, because it was my first time doing a job and or making some money. So yeah, that was the idea, and I thought with this course, with the course, the curriculum that I was into, I thought this was like the right time and the right opportunity to do something in the business, in the market, where there's like a lot of engineering, a lot of mechanics, a lot of automation required, and I think data was key back in the day, and I think there still is. It's already always growing. So big data was like the buzzword back in the day, and I thought that yeah, this is something every industry, every kind of a sector in the business, in the market, is like looking for people to work on different aspects, different engineering styles and skill sets. So big data was like one of the key things that I kind of focused on, and the analytics as well, which was more technical. So I knew that this degree would hold some weight and bring more aspects, more prospects for me in the job market. And yeah, that was my idea, that was my thought process, how I could like start focusing with my studies, and maybe do some internships as well outside of that studies, after I finished my thesis, after I finished my college. So yeah, that was something I like look forward to.
Okay.
There was a lot of struggle, but it was a really good kind of experience for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I come from a public university. I studied in a public university, and I know that you really need to deep dive into the different courses in order to pass exams. The curriculum is really strict and much harder than what we were used to back in India. Is it the same in a private university? And do you think they like how did the university here in Germany help the students, help you integrate in the local German culture? Did they also offer the German classes, or did they offer other kind of orientation courses, so that it's much more easier for international students to merge with the local students and then the local culture? Or was it like the private university is just full of international students because locals prefer to go to public universities?
I think this is like a very kind of convoluted question, as well as interesting to answer. So yeah, I think based on the first question, you said the curriculum, the standard,
Yeah.
the standard of how studies should be done, like all your courses. So it is almost the same as in public university.
Okay.
We had our classes, we had our credits to finish. We had different subjects in each semester. So that was obviously the entire curriculum, how it was kind of split, how it was set for us in this program. So it wasn't anything different. We used to go to classes before COVID started. So that was the time
Yeah, of course,
when
of
I
course.
came in. So I think initially when we were visiting, we were doing our classes. I think it was 3 to 4 classes a day, and we had different subjects, and it was like really good to be in a campus, on the campus, to learn with or see our professor and teaching us. There were different professors from outside, from there were visiting professors.
Okay, yeah.
There are professors from India as well. There are professors from America as well. So they were like really kind of a blended situation for us as an international program.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was like the usual university course, or university program, or you can say curriculum. But with the orientation, I think they just introduced us to how things are in Germany, like gave some brief, not too much deep dive, but like basic understanding on how culture is, how rules are, how standards are, and everything. So that was the part of the orientation, as well as they also sometimes touch upon that during our classes, during some information
Okay.
information briefings or something like that. But there was no actual cultural integration which was given in
Okay.
this university, because of being a private university, they always focus on more on the curriculum, on the studies, and having you finish the course as soon as possible. And also you kind of do your studies on time, finishing your exams, your papers,
Yeah, yeah.
and also your thesis. They gave us options, just as much as like in public university, that you can extend your courses if you don't finish in time. But that came with an expense, because as a private
Yeah,
university,
yeah.
they
Of
charge
course.
you a
Of
lot,
course.
So yeah, looking at myself, realizing all these challenges or these requirements, I thought it was not for me to divert myself, or to divert my program or my curriculum towards anything different, or maybe sideline,
Okay.
getting distracted by something else. So I focused a lot on my studies. It was really good, finishing papers, doing some research and everything, practical work as well. So I think that was really a good exposure, a really good experience that we had.
Okay, sounds interesting because a lot of people have this misconception that a lot of private university in Germany are not as good as those public universities. But I think it also depends on the specific university.
Yeah.
And FOM being a very leading
Yeah.
universities offer a lot of different courses, a lot of different campuses around Germany. So I think it's one of the good ones. So
Yeah.
which do not, let's say, have this a program where you just need to enroll in and it's easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I thought when I started there, and when I enrolled there. I also kind of was under the impression that it could be a scam because of a private university,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
if it's not accredited and it's not renowned and everything. But coming here, doing my like studies on campus, being with the professors, doing everything on paper, it was like really live, a live situation, because I
Yeah,
thought
yeah, yeah.
private universities sometimes they are online, they are more
Exactly,
remote,
exactly.
but it wasn't.
Okay.
This was an
Yeah, yeah.
actual program which I really enjoyed studying in at as well, and also like communicating, keeping in touch with the classmates, with other people in the university, as well as the professors. So I
Yeah.
think it was a really good one.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our viewers can definitely
Yeah.
gain some benefit from this,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I
Yeah.
also heard that the FM University is more like a dual study university for professionals as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I've seen that as well during our ongoing curriculum, that people were going to their classes in the evening when we were just
Okay,
leaving for
understood,
hours. So
understood.
they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
this
yeah.
whole integrated program
Okay.
ongoing. So I think it was a really good
Oh
experience.
wow, yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Unlike students who are enrolled at tuition-free public universities, you had a significant, I assume, financial investment, right?
Yeah.
So did that investment really make your student life more stressful, or was it more focused?
So yeah, but I mean, it would have been my plan if I really started, if I would have really started looking for Germany for masters in Germany. I would have gone through like more on a public university
Yeah.
route. But then this university, I think I stumbled upon, as I said.
Yeah.
It was an opening for me to like get through in a new country.
Of
I
course.
never expected to
Yeah.
be in. I never planned to be in. But yeah, the investment was heavy because
Yeah.
of the private university, and my parents, my father paid a lot for this. We had to take a loan as well, student loan. But coming here, after seeing things, after getting into classes, seeing the curriculum, I didn't feel that pressure, because I think I could do it, right?
Okay.
But at least the investment that was made for this, it made me not lose my focus.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was very important for me,
Yes,
because if I'm
yes.
doing something this big, and my parents, like my parents, maybe they are relying on me, because they also did not pressure at all on, they did not see anything outside of what I was actually doing. So they were always just like making sure that I'm okay. But yeah, the focus was always on because I wanted to make sure that I pass out from the university on time.
Yes, yes.
And I make some right choices. I do anything. I start looking for actual things that could make some difference out of this university program or this curriculum or this master's program that I did. So this course was really interesting. The studies was also good. The thesis I think I cleared with flying colors. That I can say that proudly because I
Why
wasn't
not?
sure
Yeah, exactly.
how thesis and things work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before back in India, it was not
Exactly.
you just write your papers, but over here it was writing your own papers
Much more intensive.
and much more intensive research
Yes,
and your
yes,
you apply
yes.
it in your thesis and everything. So it was kind of challenging, new, and
Yes.
sometimes nerve wracking, but it was
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
fun actually because there was also group studies, group
Yeah.
papers, and everything. So it was kind of nice.
But it's good to know that you took it as a positive motivation and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kept
Yeah.
your focus with you
Yeah.
all this while.
Because yeah, I've seen that in pressure, people sometimes they lose their
Exactly.
their path, their focus. They get distracted, and they with that pressure they do something wrong or
Exactly. Yeah,
anything
yeah,
else.
exactly.
So yeah,
It's definitely very good to know, Hatim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Hatim, what did your student life actually look like? Were you also doing those odd jobs, those blue collar jobs? Like I was delivering pizza in my first semester. Did you also do something of this sort? And if you did, what do you think those jobs really taught you as a student in Germany? Which a textbook really could not.
yeah. I think I always knew that this day would come that I have to do an odd job, a blue collar job, or a part time job for daily wages, for hourly wages. So yeah, I first in like the first couple months, it was a struggle because I didn't really knew how to kind of look for those jobs because it was sometimes complicated, sometimes confusing.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I heard from different people that you can do jobs in the restaurants, the delivery jobs and everything. They could be cash jobs, they could be like official jobs
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
with your
exactly.
tax and everything.
Exactly.
But I was not 100% sure on how to approach on those things, right? So, but then one fine day, I think I heard something that there are a lot of these companies like Amazon, companies like I think it was GLS or these
So logistics companies.
logistics companies,
Yeah,
shipping
yeah,
companies
okay.
and stuff. So
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they have this huge sorting centers,
Yeah, exactly.
fulfillment
Yeah.
centers. So I heard that they were they hire in bulk, like
Okay.
for based on the seasons, based on the requirements.
Okay.
So I thought there was a port there I heard about this portal where you can easily apply with your profile, with your ongoing
Yeah, yeah.
studies as well. Because I think I heard for students it was easy to get these kind of jobs
Understood,
because they know that students they have some time to put in
Yeah, yeah.
this kind of work. So I found this portal. I applied for this job in Amazon. I think it was a sorting job
Okay.
where like huge heavy lifting boxes were supposed to be sorted from one place to another.
Understood. Yeah.
And for that I when I applied I didn't knew that which town this was going to be
Okay.
in because there
Oh,
were
so it was
all
not in Essen.
not in Essen, definitely
Okay.
not. I saw there was one in Essen, but it was not exactly Amazon, and they were not looking for anyone. But there were like lot of them across the country, across the state itself. And then I found this place in Dormagen,
Oh wow.
which was further from Dusseldorf towards Mönchengladbach. So it like goes.
That's
on,
quite
like,
far.
Yeah, that was really far.
Yeah.
I didn't knew first that where this place was, but then I got this job fortunately to make some side money, and so that I don't want to pressure my parents on top of that, on top of what they already did. So this job I started, and again the major the new challenge was that they were shift jobs, right? So they can be in any shift. They can be morning, they can be night.
Oh, that's even
So
more
yeah,
tough.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought this would be just like a one-time schedule or one same shift throughout, but it didn't. It was something else. And one day when I started, it was I think morning shift, like usual morning shift, like 8 to 2 or something. It was. I don't exactly remember the time. But yeah, after that, when they changed the timings, when they gave me a new shift plan, it was like morning 5 a.m. that I had to be there.
Oh wow, shit.
And for that, I had to travel like at least 1.5 hours from
So
SN.
almost 3 a.m.
Yeah, almost 3 a.m. I had to be at the station, get on the train and reach there. And also from there, I had to make sure that I reach in Dormagan in time to catch the shuttle bus that goes to that sorting center, which was just still far from the station. So yeah, that was like kind of a challenge which I kind of maybe sometimes I enjoyed, but sometimes I also was it was really painful because during winters it was not. I thought it was not my cup of tea. I could not do this.
Yeah.
One day I was almost about to give up because I felt sick. I was supposed to be there. I could not inform them on times, but I had to be there. But so there, I mean, that was the time I thought that I knew this was going to happen. I was prepared for it, but I didn't realize it was going to be this hard because of the type of the job. But then I did 6 months there, 6 to I think 8 months, and then my contract ended there. But there was still a few months left in my university because I still was had to do my thesis. That was my last semester. So then I found this last one job, which was also in Amazon in fulfillment center. But this was something else. This was more like a packing job.
Okay.
Filling things, which was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
heavy lifting. So there were made orders came in. You had to select and sort and find things and put it in the box. So that was an easy job, but it was still far because it was in Mönchengladbach.
Okay.
So I had to travel again 1.5 hours.
Okay.
So that was also 1 month, and this was I think still 8 hour job. I don't know, it was like more or less than that, but yeah, it was something like that, and also same routine, morning to afternoon and some things like that. But I'd had this good time. I made some friends. I made some connections, but they didn't last, of course, because it was really an odd job and people lose connections at one point.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It made me learn something new. I kind of made me gain some new respect for these odd jobs.
Yes.
How students
Yes.
are working through their in their curriculum, in their daily courses and everything. So I think people say that this is something you shouldn't do, but you have to do this. There's no way out of it because it's not something that you get money without
Not doing anything.
without not doing anything or without expecting anything.
Exactly.
So and to live here, if you're on your own, this is not something that you have to avoid. You cannot avoid.
Even the locals too. You know, when they are
Yes.
teenagers or they are also. I've seen German students studying bachelors or masters.
Yeah.
They were doing the same jobs which I was doing, so there is no shame.
Exactly. There's
In
no
here,
shame. Yeah.
the culture is around
Yeah.
working. Everybody is working to survive, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think these things they make you more independent
Exactly.
as you grow, right? Because these challenges they have to come to you,
Exactly.
right? Rather than you just being yourself and not thinking about anything else.
Exactly.
This is something that you have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think maybe as a follow-up question, you don't expect, let's say, if you are working at a shift job where you need to wake up at 3 a.m. and catch a train to reach someplace at 5 a.m., you cannot expect this back in India, even in developed nations, right? And I think this is something which now, today, we both feel, we both take it for granted, but this is something very basic.
Yes.
And in the hindsight, that might have worked for you quite well. If there was no train, then you could not have done this job, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have, and that's the thing I kind of admire about Germany sometimes is that even though places are far, but you still have your commuting
Exactly.
easier
There are
for
some
you.
means, yeah.
Yeah, there are means of transportation, and they give you good wage, right?
Exactly,
This is not
exactly.
something that they pay you
Exactly,
nothing or next to nothing,
exactly.
like the other countries, like in maybe in other countries, I'm not sure. But it feels like doing this job kind of made me realize a lot of things that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, and that's good to know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt the same. Yeah. So you graduated and stayed in Germany, and you started to look for permanent jobs, right? And when you started applying jobs, how did the employers look at your joint degree? Were they curious? Were they interested? Did they want to know more about it? How was the interview process?
Yeah, so I think after the graduation and after I completed my thesis, immediately started, or even before that, I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
looking for
yeah.
jobs.
Makes sense.
I kind of found some internships first to begin with to like
Okay.
get some familiarity with the German
Mm-hmm.
corporate market,
Mm-hmm.
corporate world actually. So I saw some, I did some internship, one in Bochum,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there was one in Essen itself. So those were unpaid internship. I kind of
Okay.
learned something there, tried to look into what kind of business, what kind of activities, what kind of work they do, how they do it,
Okay.
and like how technologies are blended, how
Mm-hmm.
technologies are integrated in these jobs, in these fields.
Mm-hmm.
So for those, I think I did something. I did 3 to 6 months in each of those internships,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also then applied to one of the startups which was in Bielefeld,
Okay.
and I think they were paying for a trainee role.
Okay.
There was a trainee role for data science, and I think that was my first like kind of a like a official, maybe I can say semi-official job that I
Mm-hmm.
started, and I moved to Bielefeld for that, and it was like an official, like on the floor, on the like an as a production level job
Okay.
that I started working on. So to learn about different tools, different technologies and stuff
Mm-hmm.
which was
Mm-hmm.
required for this job, and what I learned in my masters. So yeah, I did 6 months there in Bielefeld. I
Okay.
moved there for 6 months,
Okay.
but then during those 6 months, I was recruited by this company where I am currently employed, and they looked at my CV, my experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they were also looking for a junior position,
Okay.
yeah, junior
Mm-hmm.
role, so junior candidate. They called me for interviews. They checked my technical skill set.
Mm-hmm.
They saw my studies, my
Mm-hmm.
experience,
Mm-hmm.
my insights towards what kind of technologies I've come
Mm-hmm.
across, I've worked on, and also my thesis, because it was also kind of directed towards that field,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
which I looked into more, did my research.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the university was never a problem when I applied for jobs,
Okay.
because I knew that this university was renowned.
Mm-hmm.
It was accredited. It was kind of like really helping people
Okay.
get into like different areas, different jobs, because I think they provided MBA, Masters
Mm-hmm.
of Science, and all these different courses. So I think they also saw that this university was not something that we should avoid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They already have people in their company who are F1 pass outs,
Okay.
and also maybe even doing their evening studies
Understood. Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
F1.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these things, they kind of like really helped me. And the interviews, they started slow. They started some with some directed questions that they wanted to see what I could do, what
Mm-hmm.
my ambitions are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yeah, that's what helped me crack those interviews. And I think
Mm-hmm.
they did more than 3 interviews, because it was my first, like as a junior role, and my first full-time role, full-time
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
position. They wanted to make sure that I'm kind of like
Perfect fit.
through
Yeah.
and through perfect
Yeah,
fit,
yeah.
right? So they did their research, they did their interviews, and I think it was going well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expected it to be like all this stretched out. I was expecting
Yeah.
it to be like
It
at
takes
least,
time.
yeah, it takes
Yeah.
time, right? So it took me about a month and a half to finish those interviews. And then I found out that the company where I was working, actually they were not going to extend my contract
Okay.
because
Yeah.
of the situation they were into. So I then thought that this is the job that I was actually looking forward to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they then the hiring process completed, and then one fine day, when I
Yeah.
was in Bielefeld, they called me that we are offering you this job with this contract and everything. And initially they asked me, because the recruiter was from London actually.
Okay.
So initially they asked me if I'm open to relocate to London.
Okay.
I said yes, but they said that we also want someone to start who can start in SN as well, because the company was based in SN. And I said, okay, I just came from SN, I have to go back to SN now.
Yeah.
So I said yes, I can at least start now, at least do my initial groundwork in SN, see how things are. And then they said that yeah, you can start here first, and then we'll see if we want to relocate to London.
Okay.
And we'll see we can do that as well.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, but relocated to Essen, and then I went to my job as a first day, and I think it was really big for me. But it was exciting, and I really am grateful that they found me. They
Yeah,
headhunted
yeah,
me
yeah.
with this role, and I think it was a really great experience with all the interviews and everything. It was uh, kind of nerve-wracking, really nerve-wracking actually, because the people who were interviewing, they were from London, they were from Germany, so it was like
It
kind
was
of
a
a
mixed batch.
mixed batch of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
panel that were in that interview. So yeah, it was really good, and I think I'm grateful that this university this really helped me achieve some good things, and I think that was a good shape. It gave me a good shape
Yeah, yeah.
to move
Okay.
forward. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think everything went fine.
So that worked out well in the end.
Yeah, I think so it did, and I'm doing good with this job, and everything's working fine.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So now that you have been working for some years, and have experienced the German corporate culture firsthand, what do you honestly think about it? What's your honest take? Do you believe that people come from different backgrounds, people have studied a lot of different things, people have come from a lot of different universities. There are people who are coming from very, very prestigious universities, and some who are coming from unknown universities. Do you really think when you join the company, does all of these things really matter in the end?
Yeah, I think from my experience, I think it matters sometimes, because if you're coming from a well-known university, or even like a smaller university, if you have a good background, if you have a good experience behind, like before you join here, I think the corporate world in Germany, I think it's almost similar as what we see in different countries, but over here in Germany, they kind of appreciate more on, like for a working man, for a working
Yeah.
candidate who joins the company. So I think they also, like, I've seen the lot of diversity as well.
Yes.
A lot of, like, people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different countries. I think from different experiences as well.
Yes.
So the corporate world, I think that didn't surprise me, but I think kind of like it was a good grasp of things for me to understand what kind of things, how things work in a corporate sector or corporate world on a ground floor. So I think that was I didn't think things through before I joined this company, but I always thought that corporates are more blood sucking, blah blah blah. Those things you hear
Yeah,
from
yeah,
many
yeah.
from many sources.
Especially back in India,
Back in
Yeah,
India,
yeah.
yes. So I always was scared on
Yeah.
jumping into corporate world, but like people always say, you work for new startups, new entrepreneurs, and stuff like that, which was also good. But again, this corporate world didn't seem any different to me. It was good, and also I think they respect from where you come from, where you did your studies, where you did your previous experiences and everything. So if you are the right fit for this role, for a job, I think they offer you the best they can.
Okay.
So these, I think I've seen things, but if I see things differently, if I maybe move to my next job and see how things are over there, then I could find the difference. But so far for me, uh, this is the like an ideal situation I could see. I'm in right now.
Yeah, because I've had the same experience, and I share the same feedback like you. So I can, at least from the both of us, our viewers, they can really, who is trying to get a job and who is also worried about how the German corporate culture
Yeah,
looks like. I think he or she should be just confident enough. If he has the skills, then
yeah,
he will get the job and he will be appreciated. There's hardly any sort of, let's say, discrimination as what people fear in general
yeah.
that happens in Western countries. But I personally have not
Yeah.
experienced that, and I think so.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Yeah.
But the major, the kind of an important thing for Germany is that if you are expert in a field which requires more communication, then language can be one of the important
Yes,
things that
yeah,
they
yeah.
would require, because that's the only thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If a job, if a company, they are looking for that, this is something that they would like really
Exactly.
focus on, right? Because they
But
want
that's also understandable.
that also understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean it's their language, it's
Exactly,
their national
exactly.
language, and everything is in German. So
Exactly.
if a job requires you to speak to clients or to third parties,
Yeah.
you would expect that you know German, right?
Yeah,
So, but that's
you
understandable.
should fulfill that, at
Exactly.
least those requirements or
Yeah,
those
yeah.
criteria, because that's being in a country like this. You and in any country, like if you go to England, if you go to the US, it's like
Exactly.
English is your language.
You need to
and
know English there.
English
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
But at least over here, they respect multiple languages, not
Yes,
just one language,
exactly.
right? But at least if there's a specific role that requires German, then at least you should know that side
Exactly,
of German. So I
exactly.
think that's understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm glad that we both share the same positive
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
So, Hatem, you have paved the way now.
Mm.
You have cracked the code, you got graduated, you got settled, you are working. But now you were faced with a challenge, right? You are now making the life for one other person. You got married back in India. How how was the process? Did you think that Germany is the right place to continue your life because now there is one additional person, or did you think to move back to India, or let's say to some other place? What at that moment of time, what made you stay here in Germany when you got married and you decided that now I need to bring my wife here?
Yeah, so like everything that happened, I was kind of grateful. Living here, working in a good job, working at a good company, and I think that was the key advantage that kind of made me focus on getting settled, right, in Germany itself, because I thought, since I've spent some time here, I've kind of like got the grasp of everything, the culture, the world, the language, the job market, the like the student program, the student situation,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. So I thought that I mean, it was not something I would not want to share with someone, but I want to bring, like, I want to maybe marry someone who's also looking forward to doing something or exploring the world, moving
Understood,
somewhere, moving in
yeah.
a different country. So I kind of started first to like talking to my parents, see how things are. They wanted to maybe make sure that first I'm ready, I'm fully ready, I'm fully confident enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So then they asked me to like maybe visit India, talk to them, maybe if they have something they want to share, I can look through it. So I kind of like dived into that a bit more, looked around how things are, how I can make things comfortable for someone who I'm going to marry in the future. And then I also learned that a dependent person for a working resident in Germany is not going to be as difficult as you think, right?
Okay.
Because they support that, right? Because as a taxpayer, as a working man, as
Yeah.
a working resident, you are given that kind of opportunity, or that kind of an advantage, or there's something that flexibility as well. They give you that you can make your life here, you can settle down, you can bring your
And that's a very good thing.
exactly, and that's what I thought, that this is really good in a country like this. And I thought that but this I will maybe take a good chance on this opportunity. Went back to India. I found the right girl that I wanted to marry. She was everything I was looking for.
That's
and
great.
then we got married gradually. Eventually we got married in 2024. No, sorry that I made a mistake. I got married in 2023, and then I knew that there would be a process for getting everything legal for Germany.
Of course.
Because things, if you're moving to a different country, you have to make sure that everything is concrete.
Yeah. So you were living your life comfortably, and it makes sense that you do not want to start everything again from scratch, and that too with your partner along with you. You wanted to, let's say, invite her in a world where it's already comfortable, even for her as well, because
Yes.
you managed to settle everything beforehand, right?
Yes. I tried to do that because before her moving into this country, I would want to make sure that she comes into more like a comfortable environment,
Makes sense.
comfortable
Of
apartment,
course.
and everything that I
Yeah.
built in this
Yeah.
country was good for her. It can be good for her. And the main motive or the main kind of idea for me was that moving back to India was more challenging than staying here,
Okay.
continuing my life here, because over here there's like a good work-life balance.
Definitely.
Your working hours are fixed,
Yes.
right? You don't have to work more than what you are paid for, what
Exactly.
you are
Exactly.
contractual, what are contracted to. So work-life balance was like really good motive for me. Was a really
Yeah.
good opportunity that I was looking forward to, and that's what I thought that going back to India would be a bit challenging, would be a bit chaotic, starting everything from scratch
Exactly.
with all the
Exactly.
competition. I was not looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
And the pay might not be that good as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I thought that I will speak to my future partner about all these things and make sure that she also understands. She realizes what are good, what can be good for her, what can be positives and negatives. So all the pros and cons, we kind of listed them down. We saw there were things that could affect her because as she was also leaving her parents for moving to a different country
Yeah, of
altogether.
course.
She was not,
It's challenging
yeah,
for
and
anybody.
she was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
expecting that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But then, yeah, her parents were also really supportive on this. They were, yeah, they made sure that she is happy. If she is happy, then they are also
So
happy.
you were able to convince everybody. Seems like it.
Kind of like I that was something I could easily do because I felt this, I experienced everything firsthand, and I wanted to make sure that if I am comfortable, if I'm confident enough,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can convince.
They felt the same
They
confidence.
found the same confidence, right? But yeah, so then we started this whole processing for her
Oh,
to get
okay.
her the visa and everything.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's very good. Yeah.
yeah.
Good journey. You know how I wanted to ask, how did you navigate the helplessness while she was going through this visa process, right? Because you were here in Germany, keeping up with your job, keeping up with her, keeping up with all the formalities, and while she was back in India doing the same thing. So how did you both actually manage this long distance? Was it tough? Was it, I can definitely say it was not easy, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think initially when we started dating, when we first saw each other back when I went to India for the first time,
Yeah.
we saw that there could be some things that could come up in a long distance relationship.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you are if you're meeting someone who is really new, who you didn't know before, meeting someone like that could bring a lot of like your passion about staying together, sticking together,
Yeah.
getting in touch, building your communication, building your relationship, even remotely. We thought that it could be a bit difficult, but I think starting like for the first time when we met, it was really easy because when I met her, she was really like a calm and considerate person. She knew that this will happen. That as a long distance relationship, you have to maintain your ups and downs and
Of course,
your
of
daily
course.
communication. So yeah, I think we started there. For the first few months, we did a lot of we communicated through our like through daily video calls, texting because even she was working in India. She also had a 9 to 5 job, and being in a place like Mumbai, it was really also difficult already for her to do the commute and everything. So she also could not find enough time to talk. But again and again, it was easier for me to kind of like do that long distance online relationship maintaining because at 5, if when I was free, it was her time to be like to be at home and then go
Yeah.
through a daily
Yeah, okay.
routine.
Yeah.
And then that's where I think it was easy for us to like talk right easily on the phone, on the video chat and everything. So first few months it was easy, but then we started taking things forward with our relationship. When we thought that things were strong, we kind of like reevaluated a bit. When I did a next visit to India, we said we thought we like yeah we were sure that we wanted to
Get
wanted to have
married.
same things. We
Yeah.
wanted to get married. So then the next step started about like us getting engaged, us getting married, all these formalities and everything. And that's where our talk kind of grew, like our communication kind of grew, because we had to do a lot of planning,
Exactly.
everything that requires for the formalities for the families, meeting our families, because she had to also travel to my hometown
Yeah.
to meet my parents and to start doing things. So I think yeah, that was kind of like not I would say as harsh as one says, but again, everyone has their own
Exactly. Yeah.
experiences, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I can say that based on different people, different individuals, that you can say that they have their own experiences. So it was good for me. And then before the visa process was about to begin, we were again reevaluating things a bit, making sure that she is ready to move, she is ready to take
Yeah.
this step forward. So yeah, I think that was kind of my like back of my mind thought, like a subconscious thought that I had, that I am bringing her away from everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that was
Exactly.
really big and hard enough for me to like kind of feel things, right? So that was the ugly part, at least for me, not for
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe for her as well, but that was the ugly part for me. And then I kind of like made myself like a bit more confident with it. My parents also talked me through it. Her parents also talked me through it, and that becomes slightly easier. The visa process, I think it was really faster for us, because I
Okay.
think being in Mumbai, she just had to apply with all the documents, all the required information, the photographs and everything for our marriages. So all those things were all set, and she went to the office, and I think the process was smooth enough for
Okay.
her, because as a blue card holder in Germany, a dependent visa gets easier
Okay. So you
to
get some
achieve.
advantage.
Yeah, that was the advantage, and I think in India, India and Germany has good relations, so I think even they are more
Okay.
focused to make sure that your dependent partner is there with you as soon
Yeah.
as possible. So I think that was good.
Seems like you got very lucky also because, like you said, the process was faster, it was
Yeah,
smoother, and definitely also because your partner was equally understandable. She was tough.
yeah,
She was able to overcome all these thoughts, all these doubts, and she had complete trust and confidence in
yeah,
you. So I guess that's a very big step also for her, right?
yeah,
She trusted you blindly to just leave everything and come
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
you're a lucky
was
man.
that was the thing I was
Yeah.
like kind of happy, as well as questioning myself about, and the doubts that came into my mind was the only thing that this big distance for her to jump
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
or could be something. But I think when she moved, it was also she blended in really smoothly.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it, but it was really nice.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when your wife landed here, you picked her up from the airport and she came here for the first time. What was the first thing you realized that she would struggle with and that you had forgotten by now? Because you've been here living for so many years, you've been accustomed to the culture, you've been accustomed to everything. So, what was that first thing?
Mm. So yeah, but the thing that when she was about to come here, she was about to fly here. So that was the first thing I kind of made sure that she's not traveling alone. So I flew with her to from India to Germany, and when we landed here, the first thing that came to my mind is that the winter was not going to be easy for her, because
You
the
already mentioned as well when you
yeah,
came here first. Okay, yeah,
we were going to fly together. So that's I think I realized so the first thing I realized that the weather would be the most challenging thing to
yes,
begin
yes,
with
yes.
for her, because coming from living in a country with the tropical weather with
Yeah.
not too much of a cold and everything, it was going to be new for her. It was, I think we flew in January, and that was
Okay,
like
wow. So
peak time
peak
of
winters. Yeah,
winter.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that kind of made me kind of nervous a bit. But yeah, the major thing was the language, because I knew that even I struggled with that when in my early
Yeah,
days, and
yeah.
also and sometimes I still struggle because like my language is not still good
Of
enough.
course. Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought that yeah, she already started learning German back in India
Okay.
when the whole
Wow.
process, but she was getting a bit more confidence over there. But again, that was still her learning phase. But
Yeah.
coming here, being on the ground, talking to more like real people in
That's
Germany.
completely different than what you
Exactly.
study. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was kind of nerve wracking for her, and I knew that this would be kind of a challenge. So, but again, I was with her most, like wherever we go. Let's say even if you go for small grocery shopping, I used to go with her all the time. When we made first few doctor's appointments for her because it was new country, and like things were not kind of working out initially, so we made some few doctor's appointments, and for that also I had to be with her. I wanted to be with her to make sure that she does not go through any kind of difficulties over there at the doctors. So yeah, that part initially it was a bit more here and there. We kind of tried to make sure that she feels comfortable going out alone,
Yeah.
but not in the winter, because I knew that winter was not going to be easy for her to begin with, right? And in a new country. So yeah, I think that was the first challenges, and I think then we started looking into how we can make her more comfortable with the language, with the culture. So we applied into an integration program,
Okay.
which I think Germany really is supporting, or really focuses on, and really make sure that new people who come to Germany, dependents or any students, they have this integration program, and I think this is a really good initiative, or
Yeah.
this feature that gives a person from a different country, different culture, to get more familiar with with Germany. And I think the language they teach here, the way they teach the language is like really much better than what
Yeah.
you see in different in your own home country. So I thought we should enroll her in that course, and that was the first thing she was also happy about, because she wanted to do something outside of home as well,
Yeah.
and making sure that she gets a bit more confidence when she goes out, and she like tries to blend in and also make some new friends, because yeah, she wanted to make sure that bringing her side of things, her experiences being in Germany is like a new thing for her, but she wanted to blend both of them, best of both worlds, and try to learn something from this integration course. So I think that was a really good initiative that we thought would be good.
Yeah, but I think I must also appreciate you in this case as well, that you made sure that you did not left any crumbs, to really fully support her, really make her
Yeah,
completely feel comfortable, because it can be daunting for anybody who's completely new
exactly.
to a new country, a new culture, new people around them, right?
Yeah,
So I think you did a very good job,
yeah.
in making her feel comfortable and welcoming her completely.
I tried my
Yeah,
best for that
of
bit.
course you did, of course you did.
And I came alone, but again with many classmates from my university. But she also came kind of alone, but there
Yes,
was
yes,
someone who was
exactly.
already here
She could
to
rely on
she
you.
could rely on. So
Yeah.
that was something I was kind of positive about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hatem, does having your wife here in Germany, now that she's also learning German, does Germany feel like a home to you now, or is the plan still something else in the near future?
Yeah, I think since she came here in 2024, initially it was struggling. She was kind of trying to fit in. Then she started with this integration. I think it was really good step. But then yeah, now that we realize she wants to stay here, because she also experienced the things that I have done so far. That a work life balance kind of thing is not something that you see back in India, right? The world is more chaotic over there, but
Yeah.
here you find that kind of peace that you
Yes.
always look for. So she also has made her peace with that. That being in a country like this, if you are happy, if you are peaceful, if you are like living a quiet life, you have your few friends, you can travel different places, and you can enjoy your weekends.
Yeah.
I think she has made her mind. She has made a peace with that, and she like us as a couple, us as a unit. We thought that yeah, making a life in Germany would not be a question for us, but at least like a thought that we can work towards,
Of
see how
course.
things
Yeah.
are, and see what we can do next. Buying a house, building a family, what we can do with this, how we can work with our jobs, how we can work with any new ideas that comes to us, and maybe also maybe do something for our family back home as well. So I think living in Germany forever is not a bad idea based on what we have experienced so far.
So, Hatem, it was really nice talking to you. It has been a pleasure talking with you. I got to learn a lot about new stuff. I got to know that not everybody has, unfortunate experiences when it comes to handling the German environment.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a very lucky life, you got a very lucky wife, and you are a lucky man. Looking forward to the next time where I might be able to interview both you and your wife together.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, Harshit. It was really, really a pleasure talking to someone and yeah, learning new things or maybe even getting more deeper into what I have
Yeah.
experienced so far. So I think it was a really good chat. Yeah, thank you.
Likewise, yeah. So this was our episode with our first guest. Like, share, and subscribe to hear a lot more stories, a lot more new experiences. Cheers!